Hey everyone, so initially we were planning on having the Noozle3D interview take place after our regularly scheduled Beyblade X anime review. However, we changed our minds after we did the recording of the interview, so it has become its own separate episode, and that is why it is being uploaded today. So because we were planning to have it at the end of our normal Beyblade X anime review, we didn't do a proper intro, so that was our bad. So without further ado, here is the Blade Dragons interview with Noozle3D. We hope you enjoy. Let's get into it now. We
Take
are
it away,
here
Alex, you go.
with Julian from Noozle3D, who has been sponsoring Baytubers for the past couple weeks, and he's been making some incredible products for Beyblade X. We've got the extended winders and the extreme winder, and then we've also got some launcher links that are currently available right now. If you go to Noozle3D, Elliot's got some product right there. We've got the different handles for the launchers, and these products are absolutely phenomenal. So we wanted to get Julian on here and interview him a bit, go through some of the processes, and get some insight and have a nice fun time here with the man, the myth, the legend, before he blows up and forgets about us. I'm kidding with that, but all right. So we've got 8 questions, and we'll just roll through each of them. All right. So first up, when did you get into Beyblade?
Oh, geez. Third grade. Yeah, third grade. I don't know, how old are you when you're in third grade? Like
8,
6,
9,
7?
I think.
7?
Eight?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did-
somewhere around there.
All right. What
Yeah.
generation did you get started?
Plastic.
Plastic Gen.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotta love Plastic Gen.
I'm
Did you grow up
29
with
now,
plastic
so
Gen? You're 29. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Getting old.
Oh, well.
A bit older
It
than
is
us,
what it is.
but
You got.
yeah.
Uh,
Oh, sorry, Elliot.
this is gonna be a train wreck. We normally don't have a third person to interject with. No, it's fine.
How old are you guys, if you don't mind?
21.
I'm
Okay.
22.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
We're all old enough to get wasted legally. What is your favorite Beyblade?
It doesn't matter what gen?
No, any gen.
God. I don't know its name. It's the one. It's this red one. It's got like 2 yellow things that flip out with springs. From the
Oh.
plastic gen.
I have that one right
Mhm.
here.
Yeah, I saw it on your stream. That's really cool. Yeah,
Wing
what's its
A.
name on it? Yeah, Wing A.
Wing attack. Wing attacker. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So. No, this one's
It's
cool. I
just
didn't
cool.
even know these existed, and then I did more unboxings and I found Wing Defender, and I was like,
Mhm.
"What? There's 2 of them?" And no, this is cool. These are one of the first plastic gens that have gimmicks. So
Is that the Defender? Wait, what's the difference?
this is attacker, and then
Okay.
the black one that I have somewhere is the Defender. And honestly, I'm going to end up doing a deep dive on them, but I don't know
Mhm.
what makes attack versus defense on them, because I think they both have the same wing gimmick. Maybe one, I didn't really look at the Defender, but maybe that one has like more of a suspension system that they poke out
Mhm.
and go in.
Yeah, honestly, I'm
That's
not even
cool.
sure if it's good or not. I just like its gimmick. It's just cool.
Did you have that one growing up?
Yeah, I did, but I didn't use it much because it also started breaking. It's just the wings are pretty fragile. At least the Hasbro version.
Yeah, no, I mean
True.
it's crazy compared to like different metals and whatnot, how surprisingly durable or well that the plastic is held up for 23 years on some of these products. That they can still hold up to some battles, but obviously when you go AWOL, you try to experiment with them. That's when the bad
Yeah,
happens.
you don't want to pair a plastic Gen Beyblade with the what's it called?
The HMS or Metal Fight.
Uh, no, I'm forgetting its name. Dran Sword with the extreme ripcord. Don't want to do that.
That would be a massacre.
Yeah.
I think I've only
versus
broke like
metal.
one Beyblade.
You've only ever
And
broken one Beyblade? Oh man.
It was DJ Wyvern, from Plastic Gen, one of the first metal ones that came out, the smaller metal ones. from the heavy metal series that I remember I would always just sit there in my basement, rip them as hard as I could. And back then you could do either spin left or right. And I'm sure I didn't even realize what I was doing. And I was just
Hmm.
constantly going back and forth. And I was like, no, the metal wing broke off of it. So that was depressing. I still have its corpse up in my box.
Oh.
I smell the funeral for the Beyblade.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have a Bey
DJ
funeral.
Wyvern, you will be missed.
Next video is gonna be that. When did you start doing 3D printing?
I got into 3D printing in 2017, but I didn't start doing it, like, I guess, commercially until 2019. Yeah, or maybe 2018. I'm not really sure. I worked for a little another company, and I learned a lot there. And then I started Noozle shortly after.
Oh, nice.
Hmm.
Was that?
Solid. So do you? Oh,
Go ahead,
Alex.
Elliot.
Okay. Do you have any other background in art, or how'd you stumble across 3D printing?
I wanted to do an engineering degree because I always like making stuff. Um, I ended up with a business degree because I don't know. I like both, honestly, but I kind of just merged the two, and now I'm doing both. And so it's the best of both worlds. But sorry, the question. What was it again? What was it? How did I start getting into?
Yeah. How'd you stumble across 3D printing, or did you do any art previously that led you down that road?
Mm, I would like learn some CAD stuff in school, and then the thing is, in 2017, 3D printers were not like go on Amazon and buy a 3D printer. It was you had to buy either really expensive printers or really sketchy Chinese printers, and obviously at the time I had to go for a really sketchy Chinese printer. So yeah, but
That,
That's
that'll
it
cool.
was
do
You
it.
fun.
caught it
A
at the
lot of fun.
beginning.
I wouldn't say that, but early,
Earlier
yeah,
than most.
earlier, yeah.
Before it became the thing that it is today.
Right, yeah. And it's growing pretty quickly, especially now with Bamboo. I don't know if you guys have heard of Bamboo as a 3D printing company, but they've been doing some really cool stuff. That's what these printers are over here.
Ah, nice.
Hmm.
Ace.
So you have 6 in total, right? Behind you there.
There's another one over there. That's a Prusa Mark III. But yeah, this is 6. So I have 6 of them here. Actually, my wife has another one that's off camera that you can't see. It's another Bamboo. But yeah, I used to have fairly recently, like a few months ago, I used to have 13 Prusas. But these things are so much faster and they have bigger bed space, so I decided to sell off my Prusas and buy Bamboo. So
Nice.
Fair enough.
Getting the
Got to be efficient with your line of work, because
yeah.
I know you do completely different lines of work.
mm.
Probably not any large scale like figures mostly. Do you have an average print time you could estimate would take for each printer or for part?
It all depends on the size of the print. It's a huge factor. So uh, I don't know. Let's see. Let's find out. Give me a second. I'll give you a rough number. Let's say like a launcher link. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I gotta open up the project. One second. I should probably already know this off the top of my head, but I don't.
No, that's what I was thinking. I was like, well, you probably have so many numbers going through your head for every product, because I'm sure you still do plenty with your
Mhm.
drone industry. So I don't blame you for not having numbers on the top of your head, because I'm personally not a numbers person. So I don't blame you.
So okay, so One launcher length, like the normal one, the ripcord one, takes about 40 minutes. Yeah.
This
So for the
20K was
link and the
40
handle.
minutes. Oh, for both of it, I
Mhm.
assume you can print those at the same time.
Yeah.
Probably
So
put a
yeah.
mold between them. Yeah,
hmm
40 minutes for that. That does. I'm sure that the filament also has a print variation due to what temperature it needs to melt at, or does that much factor going into prints?
Yeah. So TPU, I'm a big fan of TPU. It's super strong. I don't know if you guys have tried other 3D printing materials. Like PLA is usually the most common one, but it's kind of fragile, especially for Beyblade parts. It wouldn't be smart. And that's also why TP works so well in the drone industry, is just because actually a lot of the stuff that I print is to protect other parts like GoPros or the carbon fiber of drones. Usually the carbon fiber when you start crashing drones. Um, I say crashing drones, but really the line I work with is FPV drones, which they crash pretty often. They're like RC for fun drones. But yeah, so TPU will protect drone parts. But yeah, it's really tough. But yeah, it does have a downside, and that is that it prints slow, and it's usually a bit harder to print with than your standard PLA. So, but yeah, totally worth it.
There you go. I'm guessing since you got into the drone industry, do you fly drones in your free time? Do you have much free time, or are you a licensed drone pilot?
No to all of it. I wish I had more time to fly drones. I used to fly a lot of drones, which is why I got into the drone industry. But no, this takes up pretty much all my time. Yeah.
The expected answer. Just thought I'd see if you had any background in drones, other than dabbling.
hmm
T-
No, just for fun. I'm not the greatest drone pilot, so.
It's a skill.
hmm
yeah, the TPU is definitely very good. Just from like all the power that you get with the Beyblade X launchers. There's so much power in it. I can't use the launcher grip with it because it just ends up hurting my hand. So I have to like
Hey,
I have to talon hold it and then rip it like that for it to not like strain my shoulders. But it's definitely really tough stuff. It holds
yeah,
really
you got to
well.
watch out. And it definitely makes you want to like pull it really hard, but honestly, it's not necessary. So, yeah, but no, I totally get that.
Now it's funny in my stream on the other day. I was still talon gripping with your link, and someone I think Juice was like, "Why don't you put a grip on that?" I was like, "You're right. I have the link. I don't need to hold both launchers." And I was like, I didn't
hmm
even put that together. That it was such a luxury not to have to fumble with the launchers. That it's such
hmm
a simple design but necessary. That I've gotten a lot of feedback on my video that I made on them. Is like that is so necessary but like so simple. And I was like, exactly, that it definitely a good product out there.
You know, one thing, I do find it easier if you're using the stock launchers, the stop cords. Um, and I think Metal Tops would probably agree too. If you hold it, if you have big enough hands, if you hold it, it's actually more comfortable. But with the longer winders, I'd say the grip is a little easier, just because you have more time to like stabilize your hand. And yeah, so I don't know. It's each their own, I guess.
Yeah, when I was
hmm
using the extreme winder on stream yesterday, it was like I can't do it just holding the launchers. I need the grip for it because I get better stability that way. But then when it's the just the regular extended winders or the TT, honestly, I haven't even used the stock winders since I got the the extended winders. They're just so much more fun. But I don't need the grip when I'm using just the regular extended winders.
hmm Yeah.
Definitely good stuff. What was the motivation behind starting Noozle3D?
Um, that's a tough question.
Very
um,
loaded.
yeah, I mean, at the time I was 3D printing for another drone company. Um, and I like to do my own things at home too. So after going to work, 3D printing, I would come home from work and also work on my projects. So obviously they were asking me to do things there. Um, and so it's just, it's honestly, it's my hobby. So which is awesome because I get to. Well, I used to when I worked over there. I get to do what I like for work, and then I would still continue doing what I like to do myself. And yeah, I just didn't see a reason why not. So I was just graduating college with a business degree, and I mean, I said, why not? I might as well. And I actually started it with a business partner. Um, and the reason why the name is called Noozle3D is because we both started with the same printer, and that is an ANET A8, which is a huge fire hazard, by the way. But and it was like a complete like build it yourself kit down to like every screw. And since it came from China, there was like a video, and it's a Chinese video, and they have a really strong accent. Instead of saying nozzle, they would say noozle. So we thought it'd be funny to just name the company Noozle3D. So that's how that happened.
So that's where the name comes from.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, it's not incorrect to write it Noozle3D.
I guess. I mean, I don't want to confuse people though. It might go to the wrong website.
Yeah, yeah. Is there a
for
Nozzle
sure.
3D website? Let me look that up real quick. Imagine there is, and they just make like hoses. Nah, I can't find anything for it. That'd be funny.
Did
though
you
if there
make
was.
your website, or because that's a very clean website you have there?
Oh, thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just Shopify. Yeah, I made it.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. There was a lot of renditions. Yeah.
Because
Interesting.
I just had my brother is a computer whiz that he's starting website development. He
Mhm.
just started a business with that, and he just made me my first website. And the
Mhm.
amount of work that he had to do to customize that website for me is like insane. But
Oh yeah.
he did it. He did it within a month because he's just that smart. And I was like, damn. Glad you're my brother that I can just text you and tell you to change something.
Yeah. Yeah, he works with HTML and all that. Yeah.
HTML, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, he does so much work that he went to school and
Mm-hmm.
then just he taught himself everything. So he found out he didn't even need school, and he's doing really good for himself now. So
That's
websites are
awesome.
something that are so mandatory that I don't know. It's just crazy how much work goes into such a simple thing on the front end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When you do what you love, it's really easy to learn, I think. Yeah. So that's cool.
Like,
How did you come across the idea of doing Beyblade X prints?
Beyblade X Prince. Here's the thing. And if there's any people listening that or want to do like create 3D prints to sell or anything like that, 100% sell the things that you make for yourself. Essentially, that's where the greatest ideas come from because they come out of necessity. And so, I bought some Beyblade X. I think I bought them like 2 months after launch, just because I really wanted them, but I didn't want to spend the money on it, honestly. But eventually, I took the plunge, and then I wanted to play, but I don't know. There's not really too many people who play that with me, I guess. So I had to figure something out, and that was just a design I made for myself. And I thought maybe other people would want it too. And now that I found out that people really like it, I mean, might as well start making more things. And I'm getting more ideas from the community, which is great. So
Yeah, that's definitely one thing that really boosts, I think, is when you get like ideas from other people and what they want to see. It definitely gives you like a little motivation. It's like, oh man, that's what the people want. So
mm-hmm.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite Beyblade X accessory so far? Something that you've made, or something that Takara's made, or something that someone else has made? Just anything that comes to mind.
Coming at me with the hard questions. I don't know. Accessories specifically, so not like Beyblades or anything like that.
Um, yeah, Why not? We could throw in Beyblade stuff too.
Uh, this is my favorite so far.
Right. I don't blame you. That's
The
my favorite
me
Dronzer.
too.
both.
Yeah,
All the
I
plastic
know
are
he's
cool.
not the best, but it's just the nostalgia. Just being able to buy something brand new. It's not the original, but it's just so shiny and nice.
How's your durability on your Dronzer? Have you used it much?
No, I'm never gonna use it.
Okay,
I
fair enough.
I didn't buy it to use it. I bought it to put by my desk while I work, so I can just look at it.
Yeah, that's why I had to buy two of them because mine is no longer blue.
For sure. Yeah.
That it is just bare. It's got dents and everything, and
So you have a second
yeah,
one.
I do. It's new in box that
Nice.
if I ever need it or anything. But yeah, this is the
That's the original.
comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, man.
they are very similar.
Oh, you know what? No, you're right. Okay, no, so forget what I said about the red tip on it. I was thinking about maybe Dronzer F. Is F the one that has the red thing
Yeah,
that spins? Okay.
yep, that's this one.
Okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
So
I
yeah,
thought
they
those
did it
were
right.
well, yeah.
It's gonna be interesting to
Y'all
see.
good, Alex?
Yeah, it was. It's the little like kernel shells in popcorn. I got like
Hmm.
stuck in the back of my throat. It's gonna be interesting to see how Drigger plays out in a couple months because Drigger is pretty much Dragoon or sorry Dronzer, but just backwards.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, I don't blame you. Dronzer S is it's so much fun, even if
I want
it's
to say
not
Tripio. Or Tripio. How do you say it?
Tripio.
Tripio.
Tripio. Yeah.
Tripio, I am so excited for. It is
Will
Someone
it's the stupidest looking Beyblade ever, but I love it for that.
will it hit the sides of the stadium when getting on the extreme line? That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
So that was someone in my Discord server already 3D printed modeled a
Oh yeah.
Tripia layer, and I told him to get back to us with testing, and he said that it wasn't too much testing, more just durability wise. But
Mm.
that's what I was thinking because I was like, bro, you have an inch from the stadium to the extreme line. That is something that is, I don't know, the way they made it look is it's at least double the size of a normal X Bay.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
I don't know. There's a lot of questions going into that, but it was really funny that we saw Illinook post something in his Discord server, and it was like they're actually doing it, and we're like, what? No one was expecting them to do it this soon. Like we were all hoping for it, but we thought it
Yeah.
would be like, oh, February, push it down. They'll do some simpler ones, but they it seems like they really want it to work out well.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. I can't wait for like really cool gimmicks for X.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's gonna be interesting to see if we get like engine gear stuff again.
Hmm.
But then even just the extreme line is something that we've talked about a bit, and like just making different designs for it and having it like ramp up, or have it like go around all the way,
Yeah.
and that kind of stuff is definitely really cool.
Yeah, because right now we've only seen like I think the biggest difference that I guess like gimmicks, if you call I wouldn't really call these gimmicks, but would be different tips. That's what really changes X the most right now. But yeah, I mean they're gonna make some cool stuff. I have no doubt.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
it's Takara, and it looks like they're very
Yeah.
motivated with this generation. One thing that
But
I do want to mention for Tripio is that we might be getting a new stadium design, and it is possible that it'll be a
Ooh, yeah.
three. It'll have like the room for 3 player battles. Which, first off, that's alleged too. It's not confirmed. It's grain of salt stuff. But I was thinking that if they do make a bigger size stadium, will that have enough clearance space for Tripio to work?
no,
Yeah.
that
No, go on.
nope. Tell you.
Okay. Well, I think that's an interesting idea. I think it would be cool if Tripio worked on both, but it makes sense if they're making a Tripio. If it didn't work in the original stadium, that they would make one that works for Tripio.
Yeah, because I imagine like no one was prepared for when they were like, all right, pick your favorite Beyblades to get remade for X, and then all of the Japanese players are like, the big one with the wings on it, and it's like, well, we have the stadium design now, we can't go back with it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
A Beyblade's one of those things that everyone's wanted bigger stadiums, but it's been one of those things that they're just so small, or there's no way for them to get the power needed for a bigger stadium. That with
Hmm.
that extreme line, that they can literally guide the bays from twice the distance back to the middle with accuracy. And it's like, okay, so now there's a lot more range that they can cover with bay sizes or just stadium sizes, because I know that the more limited ones for burst or metal fight were like 3 players, but they were literally massive. But
Hmm.
not many people have 3 people to battle with.
Yeah,
well, unless
yeah.
you have two launcher links, you can make it work. But I think one of the biggest things that hinders Hasbro and Takara Tomy from making like massive stadiums is also the fact that they have to consider how much it's going to cost, and then you also have to put that on store shelves. So you can't have like massive there was a dude recently, Solical Beyblade. He made a giant life-size stadium. It's like 100 centimeters across. It's got a 92 centimeter diameter for the dish, and it is like 12 pounds, and it costs 165 pounds in the UK to buy off eBay. And it's like you wouldn't see that practically with coming from Takara or Hasbro. So I mean,
Shipping is pricey.
and then you have to consider that, and then there's
Hmm.
hazards that can happen with it, especially if it's that big of a space. It really allows Beyblades to speed up a lot, and then you get a lot of big hits. And for Takara, they like to have those open pockets. You don't want to have something like flying through the window or going through a wall or something.
I've used my X Stadium without the shield on it, and it's scary. Like I tried to get some videos for one of my shots, and I was like, okay, well, if I don't soft launch this, I'm gonna break my camera or get hit in the face, because they literally launched. It came off the extreme line. The other one jumped in the air. It hit under it. It literally launched it almost 5 feet out of the stadium,
Yeah, yeah.
and I was
I'm
like,
not surprised.
that is scary.
Hmm.
Yeah, I tried to do that, and then it was, I think it was drawn sword, hit the X line, and then flew right into my closet door, or hit something and it went into my closet door, and it was like, "Ugh, okay,
Oh, so you've tried it too.
yeah, it's ridiculous. I did a video a little while ago where I needed like close up footage, so I just took the dome off, and it was on high needle, so it wasn't like moving around a lot. But then I did like one battle, and it resulted in drawn sword hitting my closet door. So I was like, okay, yeah, we're just gonna leave this on forever now. But if we do get like a 3 player size stadium in the next like couple months or so, I think that would it would definitely be fun to see for how like fast we can get Beyblades, and we'd also get we get new Beyblade or new X line designs, and will we get more than one extreme pocket? So there's definitely a lot of interesting factors with that notion, and then also Tripio fitting in it. But yeah, that's with that in mind, are you planning on doing like different shapes and colors and stuff for the insertable X line, since you can take those out of the stadium?
Yes. Um, I want to do different like I guess replacements or I'm gonna do that for sure. Uh, Different shapes. Um, I want to, but I don't have any good ideas yet. I'll see. There's a lot of testing I have to do for that.
There was this one guy on Twitter, I think it was a little while ago. What he did, he like fabricated a like upward spiral for the X
Hmm.
line, so the Beyblades would like gain height and then jump off of it and land down
Oh,
into the
okay.
stadium.
Damn, people are already doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
No, it was funny. Like within the first month, I saw a Japanese video where he constructed his own double-decker stadium and made him
Oh,
ride up the extreme line like an elevator and then drop back down and do that. And it was like,
huh.
whoa.
Yeah, that was one thing that I definitely wanted to see with I mean, it would probably come along like later down the line, but it would just be so nice to see a double decker stadium where the X line goes into the top layer and then there's like a hole in the center to drop down and whatnot. I think that would be
That's a
insanely
super good
cool.
idea. Mm-hmm.
The bays move so fast horizontally that it's like, oh, if you can get some vertical motion in there, that would literally 4D Beyblade. That's crazy.
It would be. It would be better than than the 40 we got in like 2012, 2013.
Going back to a previous topic, can Tripio go into the pocket, the side pockets?
Nope,
Probably not.
Yeah.
You're
It can't.
very right there.
I don't think it can. At least on the stadium we have now, I don't think it can.
I'd assume that the way that they could do it would scale it down, but then I'd assume that they would also get backlash for making it so much smaller than the original that it would literally be like 25% the size of the original. So I don't know. They're probably trying to balance so many things out in order to please the fans, but the fact that they're even attempting that is a good sign for X that
Oh yeah.
they're willing to allow us to have input.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely excited about that. But that's why can't I don't want to wish my life away just for Tripio and like the other Beyblades we get, but why can't it be here now? But yeah, definitely excited for that. I think the size thing, like one thing I've heard go around is that in the US, like, and Canada and like the English speaking regions, I think it's safe to say that there are a lot of people that wouldn't mind if Tripio got like shrunken a little bit, as long as it keeps like the general shape and design of the original. If it has to get shrunk down, that's not a huge thing. But then one thing I didn't think about is, the Japanese fans might feel very different about that.
Hmm.
And I know a lot of fans on our side probably don't want it to change at all either, which I can't blame them for that.
Well, the Dronza remake's already a little smaller than the original now.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
think so. Got
Yeah.
a comparison
Yeah,
there.
it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's one of those things that everybody knows that the gimmick for Tripio is never going to come to fruition in X,
Yeah.
unless. So I don't know. I guess it's just like Dronzer. It's not 1-to-1 scale, but I guess it's just kind of the idea of it being reincarnated 20 years later would hopefully be enough for most people. But like they said, that if they're trying to do justice for it, that there's going to be a lot of durability concern if they're making it out of metal or plastic. That after all, this is a high action game.
I mean,
Yep.
you've already got people suffering metal breaks on the regular X bays. I've seen like a few drawn swords and some wizard arrows and knight shields and lances, like with parts of the blade just snapped off from how much stress that they go through. But then,
Really?
oh yeah, I think on Reddit, if you look up broken Beyblade X, there's probably a fair amount of images now.
Oh, okay.
But
Huh.
I think that might just be early X. I haven't had anything break on me or like get close to that. I mean, the ratchets and some of the bits suffer a bit of damage, but I think in general it could just be that some people aren't necessarily super cautious and they just go all in. And then there's
Mhm.
also probably kids that are, cringy launcher crankers who are doing super dumb anime burst launch techniques where they like throw their Beyblades in as well. So I think there's multiple factors to it, but they definitely
There
have
might be some people using extreme reports too.
that too. But
Yeah.
I think I would hope at least that the market for the people that buy the extreme winders do understand, and there is a disclaimer on the website as well that you got to take the ripcord seriously, because I mean that thing.
There is. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it whipped me a couple times, like pulling it through the launcher. Like it kind of like snaps back at some points and like smacks your hand a bit.
Yeah. You definitely have to be careful with it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Extreme in every way, not just launch power. You gotta wield it. Like you gotta be a bay master to do that.
I mean,
Yep.
it's like you just got to think about the length. And you got to use your mind there for a minute when you're, checking out. It's like, okay, 248 teeth versus 60. It's like 4 times as long. So, but
I don't want to disappoint anyone, but it's definitely strong. It's the strongest ripcord by far.
mhm.
But going from the original to the extended is how to explain this. Going from the extended to the extreme is a really big jump, bigger than going from the original to the extended, but probably not as big as you would think. Just because it's so long, I think it's a little awkward to pull. Let's be honest, it really is. But
Mhm.
realistically, it was supposed to be a joke. So, yeah, I don't
It's
know.
fun. It's funny that I've used it now multiple times, and it's like, okay, well, if I want to get its max power out, I literally need to build a wall around my stadium because it just goes into the wall. It just flies out the extreme pocket and goes and scuffs up my wall. I was like, what are you doing? And now I need to construct an actual like acrylic box to withstand the impacts.
Yeah,
Mm.
I've got my little cardboard box, which definitely helps. But
Was
yeah,
that a did you settle on that length just out of curiosity, or is there's some calculation or limit to your printer that just was the extremist you went as a
It's
joke?
it's it's not the extremist it can go. I can go bigger. But to answer in more detail, the extended winder, uh, what I call the regular extended one, is 30 more teeth, just because I mean I could fit a couple, maybe like 5, maybe 10 more teeth if I really try. On the beds that I have, what I do is I have them printed at an angle, so I'm taking as much space as I can diagonally. Um, And the reason why, when people ask me if I can make a longer ripcord, and I responded with maybe I could try, is because I have to print them in a spiral, right? And so I knew I could create it in a spiral. It's not a big deal. But it's not really. It's just one big circle, right? Um, and so then after, since the type of plastic is malleable, and actually there's a difference between the plastic of the handles. It's like just standard 95A TPU. 95A is what stands for the hardness level of the material, and then for the extended ripcords, it's a little bit harder. I don't actually know um, the hardness of that TPU, but it also responds a little bit differently. So if I make a winder out of the 95A, with TPU, the softer one, it if you extend it or try to straighten it out, it would eventually just go back into a circle again. But with the harder one, it kind of keeps its shape. If you really, bend it and try to straighten it out, it stays straight. So, and I wasn't sure if it was going to do that, but luckily it did. So it worked out. So yeah. So can I make it longer? Yes, I can. Instead of making a circle, I can make it into a spiral and go all the way until, I don't know, maybe, I'm just going to guess here, but maybe like 5, no, maybe like a 6-foot launcher, somewhere around there, which would be stupid. But at that point, you can't pull it far enough to have it come completely off. So
takes 3 to
Then you
5
need to make
business
a
days.
mount that you can run across the room and pull it.
yeah, so you need help. You need a friend to help you. Yeah.
Oh man, I think that would be fun to see. I don't know. Maybe as like just a thing that you do for the YouTubers. I'm not trying to be selfish with that, but like I think
Totally. Yeah.
that'd be a fun like little thing. It's like you just print everyone that you sponsor like one of those ridiculous things, and then it's like yeah, it's just for shits and giggles.
Okay.
But I don't
Probably
know,
not the
maybe.
next thing that's coming out, because there's some other ideas I want to print first.
Yeah,
But yeah,
absolutely.
that one I don't think will ever be a real product.
That's
I
totally
said
fair.
that about
I don't blame you.
Yeah, no,
yeah, I said that about the extreme one, but um, I have a pretty good feeling about this one. So,
Definitely.
mm.
Let's see. How well does the business do in like a general like year time frame?
Are you talking about specifics?
No, not like
Not like
monetary value, but you say you spend a lot of time on it. Like,
yeah.
Mm.
obviously, this is a full-time job for you now.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess I could talk about so Noozle3D is a primarily, uh, at least for currently, primarily a drone business. Um, and most of my sales are wholesale. So I 3D print for a company here in Orlando called Rotorite, and most of my sales are from them. So um, that's pretty much what really keeps the company afloat. And then I do get some other sales here and there, and I also try to do custom parts for the FPV community, and I'm constantly creating new things. Um, and then I don't know, Beyblade parts have been pretty good. I'd say pretty successful. I think it's starting to make more sales than the individual sales from the drone parts. Not the wholesale, but individual sales. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that's definitely great to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Because I definitely know that
Yeah.
we love all the stuff that's come out so far, and it's like every video that goes on with it definitely gets a lot of love. And then I think one thing that's awesome is like sponsoring as many people as you can, because it definitely spreads it around a lot, and that's
Mm-hmm.
that's a very smart business idea. And then it's also really fun when we get like me, Elliot, and Ilinuk, who've got all the products, and T&J, and we chat about it, and we like converse about our opinions on it, and all of the awesome stuff that comes out of it. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's layered. It's very layered, and it's a lot of fun for sure.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Um, I think I mentioned it to Elliot. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong. It might have been someone else. Uh, but I could have, theoretically, just sold the stuff on eBay or Etsy, um, and just started from there. Just it's pretty common, I think. But if I can, and it's been pretty successful so far. I'd rather, instead of spending that money on eBay fees and Etsy fees, spend it on content creators and the Beyblade community itself. So pretty much everybody gets a 10% discount, which is great. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's a
absolutely.
big thing that we appreciate you being part of the community now. It would be too easy to just make your stuff, be the nozzle, and then just print out and do it. But it's really cool how much you've already interacted with the community and really gotten into the Beyblade X ecosystem with all of us. That it's cool that we're able to get actual feedback from you, and you're very open with your experience with the Beyblade community.
Yeah, and the Beyblade community is so friendly. It's there. You guys are so welcoming. Not just everyone, really. It's pretty crazy. Everything has been received so well. There's a lot of positivity in this community. I really like
Absolutely.
it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was. I mean, me and Elliot are still relatively new to the community ourselves. We started back in, I think around July it was. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I started making videos in August, and it's like I joined on and I started making videos, and then I found Elliot's channel, and I left some comments and subscribed and gave him thumbs up, and then we started chatting on Discord, and then we made the podcast, and we started chatting with other Baytubers, and then it's gotten everyone is like super open and welcoming, and it's like there's not a hierarchy. I mean, like I wouldn't have expected having a sponsor. First off, I think that I think it's awesome, but it's like you I wouldn't have believed if you had told me 5 months ago that I would have a sponsorship for Beyblade stuff within within
Yeah.
5 years, and less than 1,000 subscribers, less than what you normally see. I wouldn't have believed you, but here we are today. It's just incredible. And then we had Illinook and Mimsky on a voice call last night, and it's like in other communities you wouldn't see creators with that much of a fan base coming down and hanging out with smaller
Hmm.
creators, but it's like everybody, no matter how big or small you are, they really build you up.
Yeah. What's funny is, well, first off, really happy to help. That's sincerely. It's a lot of fun for me to make things and especially support other people. Um, but uh, yeah, I mean, I think the way that I'm doing sponsorships right now, it works out. I can sponsor relatively small creators, as well as big ones. But it's kind of funny. A lot of people, a lot of YouTubers, Beyblade YouTubers or content creators, they're not really set up for, how do I say this, like chatting or communicating with companies. I don't know. I don't, because like they won't have their email, like their business email or anything like that. I guess usually they're not really expecting a sponsorship. Uh, what's it called? Um,
Opportunity.
yeah, sponsorship opportunity. Um, and so a little funny story. I saw someone on YouTube and I checked them out on Instagram because it's the only way to try and contact, because um they didn't have a business email, and I don't remember if maybe I left a comment on a YouTube video. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But essentially, I messaged him on Instagram, and his Instagram private PMs were turned off. I don't know. So I left him just a comment on one of his posts saying like, "Hey, I want to sponsor you," and my comment got taken down. I don't know. I guess he just didn't believe me. I have no idea. Oh.
I think, yeah,
Yeah,
I think some people are hesitant. I mean, I made the PO box on that because I didn't want to just be like, here's my address, and then risk it being a scam,
Oh.
which obviously it wasn't.
Hmm.
So
It's totally understandable for sure.
yeah, I just want to be careful with it. But it's like after you get into it, it was very worthwhile. But I think it's definitely it's hit or miss. Um, in general, even with the community being as friendly as it is, it's like
Hmm.
there's a risk to be taken. But then that's
You.
also why we
Mhm.
wanted to to interview you now and have like this is the guy, this is what he does, and help with that. Because you've definitely helped us a lot. We've had a lot of opportunities to interact with other people and grow, and it's was it mutual something symbiosis, I think.
For sure.
My dad's gonna kill me as
Hmm.
biology teacher, but yeah, it's like some people in the community. I don't want to drop names, but it's like they're a little bit more guarded off, or just big to the point where they probably get like a lot of offers. But
Mm.
I kind of forgot where I was going with that, but it was good intentions.
Yeah.
But
Well, yeah, you definitely have to be careful, especially with random people on the internet. I totally understand.
yeah.
Uh, and yeah, I mean, sometimes uh, it's also very understandable if you're a very, very big content creator. You can't just you can't pay attention to every single request or comment. It's too difficult. You know,
Yeah, I'm
it's just the way it
figuring
is.
that out, and
Hmm.
I'm growing relatively fast here, and it's like, oh my gosh, I can open up my phone and have like 5 comments on each different video. So I'm like, okay, well now I'm getting a taste of how this compound growth is about to take me down in communication skills with my community.
Props to Linux, by the way, because I don't know how he does it,
Yeah.
because he pays attention to everyone, and it's crazy, but really
Hmm.
cool. Very, very cool.
Yeah, definitely.
No, it's interesting that sponsorships in the Beyblade community, because you don't hear about them. Everyone's sponsored by the same 3 people: Mala
Mm.
Toys or Bays and Bricks or Amazon Japan or what, I don't even
Zen
know. But it's
Market
like
for, but that's like only
Yeah,
for
Zen
Beyblade
Market
geeks that I've
for,
heard.
yeah, and it's like no one, there's no smaller community members getting any other traction in the sponsorship realm, that everyone's just a big conglomerate that can just throw around money, that there's no really smaller. I mean, I guess it's a weird industry that there's not, without creativity, you can't get your foot in the door for becoming a business in the Beyblade community.
Yeah, I mean, we're all on the right track right now, especially because I don't know, am I a creator? Like, not a content creator, but yeah, I guess I'm a creator.
Oh, for sure,
But
for sure.
we're making stuff for Beyblade X, and right now it's not more popular than Burst, right? Which is a little weird to me, but is it? Am I wrong about
It
this?
it's different demographics. Like, I do all these polls and everything on my channel, asking people what they prefer, and now I'm drawing more of the people our age that know about Plastic Gen or want to
Yeah.
get back into it. But it's like still a lot of people are hooked on Burst because that's all they know. So it's growing very fast for the mature audience, but the
Mhm.
younger audience is
The
still
younger people.
adapting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just because yeah, I mean, mom and dad buy the toys at the store, right? And that's all they know,
Mm-hmm.
for the most part.
Yep.
But I think once Beyblade comes to the United States, like Beyblade X, I think it's gonna blow up, and you guys are first. You guys are
Yeah.
here. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That was definitely the goal, but it was also fast, for sure. But yeah, I think with every Beyblade generation, there's always the few that choose to stay behind or don't move on when everyone else does, for one reason or another. Yeah, I've seen a lot of presumably younger fans, still on Burst, and it's like even though X content is all over YouTube, and you've got like new creators popping up, and a lot of new stuff for Beyblade X that's already flooding the platform. There's still those people
Mhm.
that either are aware of it or don't want to move on, or are not aware of it and are still stuck on Burst, and it's like they see this new Beyblade X, and it's like, oh, is that like Burst season 8 and whatnot? I was in a live stream earlier today, chatting, and there was this one, I would presume, younger person who was like trying to speculate that Beyblade, that UX that we're getting next year, is gonna be Beyblade Burst Ultimate Extreme, and I'm like, no, it's not gonna be that. But it's, I mean, you've also got the Metal Fight fans who refuse to accept that Beyblade X is, on par, or if not better than what Metal Fight was. But I think every generation has the few that choose to stay behind. And right now it's, since Burst isn't, or since X isn't as big over here,
Mm.
in general, it's not in stores. There's no advertisement. It's early phases of moving over. The Burst popularity in the U.S. is still higher, at the
Yeah.
moment, but I think it's going to change probably mid next year, maybe Q2, Q3, when Hasbro starts, doing promo and announcements. Hopefully they do that, and they do a launch and some PR for that. But for now, we're the budding sapling that's gonna get fed
Yep.
by
Yeah.
all the fans that come over when X hits the U.S.
Yeah. There's definitely something to love about every single generation. But I think the exciting part is that we're in the generation, well, X is in the generation that has actual support from its creators. So I think that's the cool part. It's like, what's coming next? But at other generations, it's all done. There's
Yeah,
nothing new coming out.
yeah.
It's
That's a
it's
little sad
funny.
too, but it's the way it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really funny that it seems like X online in this community is the biggest thing out there, but it's funny still how many people have no idea what it is. That I get
Mhm.
comments on my videos that I have to keep telling people to go watch the guide I made on it, because they're like, Beyblade X is the worst. They don't even burst. Like, it's just a big downgrade and everything. I'm like, have you just not seen a single thing about Beyblade X? Like, the concepts are literally everything rolled into a clean form factor there, that the best of everything, but people are still thinking it's a downgrade, or that, I don't know. It's just really funny.
Yeah.
I think that's the advantage of X though, is it's been marketed to be the biggest thing that Beyblade has ever done, and it's also rolling, like the best parts of every generation before it into it. So
Hmm.
you've got the, I don't know what their idea was with Plastic Gen, but they said it was the battling options and the customizability, and then Metal Fight, they're bringing the metal back, and then Burst, they're including the burst gimmick, and then they've got the Extreme line for X, which on its own is way better than I think any previous generation introduced.
Hmm.
Because I think with Beyblade, when it hit the scene in '99, it was like, this is the new Baygoma, and it's like, more systemized, and it's easier to get into. It's not as like, because you're not filling things with sand and like, playing with, I guess semi-hazardous launching mechanisms. You have to like wrap a string around, then like throw it into the little canvas ring. So
Hmm.
they make it a lot easier. Plastic stadiums and simple, parts and arrangement. And then with Metal Fight, it's like, okay, we're making it metal now. And then with Burst, they can explode. And then with X, they've got high speed. So I think, like, with the innovations and engineering that goes into the Extreme line, it's definitely the most advanced and, in my opinion, the best that we've gotten for you know a new concept in Beyblade thus far.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
I
mentioned
think
in one of our podcasts, Alex, that the engine gear was also a callback with the Extreme line, like the propulsion system.
Yeah,
You brought that up, and I was like, no way, I didn't even put that together. That the engine
yeah.
gear for the X line or whatever, and I was like, that's insane.
I don't know if that was intentional, but that was kind of like my hive mind thinking about it. It was like, I it's they've got like the gear system, but it was just engine gear, and then now it's like, oh, we're gonna make the gear on the outside. So I wonder, I do have
Hmm.
to wonder if they thought about the engine gear system when they were coming up with Beyblade X, because I think like,
Beyblade X with engine gears, kind of that'd be crazy.
oh my goodness, I don't know how that would that would be insane, but it's like, oh, I think the way that I thought about it was like, before with the engine gear system in Plastic Gen, you had like the whole speeding up and the gear gimmick inside the Beyblades,
Mhm.
and now they're externalizing it and they're making it work a lot better than it was before.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, X is definitely very exciting. Um, and then the last question that I have is, in general, not asking for any specifics or, like
Mhm.
detailed information. What are the estimated projections for the store looking like with the Beyblade accessories coming in?
Oh, that's a tough one. Well, it's tough because I'm practically running two businesses now. I've got drone stuff and I've got Beyblade stuff. So sometimes there's just things that, even though I want to work on Beyblade, I need to work on drone stuff, especially because I'm working with another company, and so they might send me requests for specific designs that need to be created, and they have tight deadlines. Um, so I mean that's gonna throw a wrench into the Beyblade stuff for sure. But I would say angled. That's the next thing that's coming out, is the angled launchers. There's going to be like a little add-on that you can, if you want different degrees launching Beyblades. I know it's not going to be for everybody, but uh, that's just going to be an addition too. So if you buy a launcher link, you can also add on 15 degree, 25 degree or something. I don't know if that's the exact degrees. I still have to figure that out. Um, that will probably come within the next 2 weeks. Uh, and then I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I want to shoot for, let's say, like 2 items a month, 2 new products a month, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's not, it's not set in stone. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and I think in stating that you do work with other businesses for the drone companies, and it's like, that takes priority sometimes. That's definitely good to know, so that, we don't want to have fans coming to you and being like, "Where's the new products for this month?" So, but yeah, that's definitely good to know. We
Yeah.
completely understand as well. It's like, you gotta do
And
what you gotta
design is
do.
creative work. Yeah,
Yeah.
design is creative work, and sometimes I might be working on something for a very long time and it's just not coming out the way I want it to, or it's, there's different issues in certain areas, and there will be delays, and then sometimes I'll come up with a amazing idea or whatever, and I just got to design it that day, and it comes out perfect the first time. Who knows? Something might come out really quick, but that's just the way it works.
Mm-hmm. And it's always a treat when we do get, new stuff. And I was pretty I was pretty excited when I get the notification on my phone, Noozle3D order gone through, surprise parse. I'm like, oh, let's go, surprises.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Seems like the Beyblade community is pretty patient. We know we waited 6 years for a new generation, so
Yeah.
definitely no need to tie yourself up with Takara Tomi's release schedule every month or multiple releases per month. That
Hmm.
if you make a good enough product, it will last the entire series of Beyblade. So
Hmm.
definitely the creation process is art doesn't happen overnight, and the best thoughts are timeless.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Good way to put it. Hmm.
I think that's all we got for now. Elliot, is there anything else that you got on the plate for you?
No, I love the fact that we were able to pick your brain a bit and actually see the process behind this. Like it's crazy. Like I didn't know what to picture, but then you pop on here with all these printers behind you. I'm like, okay, I was worried that you were gonna start getting overwhelmed or whatever. I'm like, oh gosh. So no, now it's good to know that
Hmm.
you're a veteran in this scene. So you got everything under wraps, and you're a very nice lad to communicate with us and be open with everything that you've done this evening.
Yeah. Thanks. I have
Absolutely.
one question for you guys though.
Yeah.
Uh, so um, Beyblade X, you said it takes the burst from burst. What is it? Metal from Metal Fight, and then you mentioned the engine gear from plastic, but I don't know if that engine gear represents plastic. Uh, I would this. I mean, everybody will have their own take, but I think the beauty of plastic was uh getting the the package and like crafting it yourself. You gotta cut little parts off, and like, yeah, I think that was the real beauty of plastic, was like you felt like you built the Beyblade, not just slapped together three little pieces and you're good to go. It was like it was a process.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Kind of like building a I don't know, like a little
A
model toy.
figure,
Yeah, a
yeah.
figure or something like that. So at least that's my interpretation of like what made Plastic Gen so great.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think this will ever happen. I think the market for Beyblade is generally their biggest market is going to be kids, and then also young adults, but mostly kids. Um, I just feel like uh, that's where they make their most sales. But how cool would it be if they made a generation that was maybe a little more expensive, but also brought that back, where it might be like a metal fight, but like you feel like you build it, or like maybe you don't even buy complete Beyblades, but like parts, and you make your own.
That would definitely be.
That
I would like that. That'd be fun. Because
I
I've
think it'd be
seen
super cool. But
I've seen like some plastic gen content. I think Nazuma did a video where he took apart some Beyblades and like swapped bearings out. I think he
mm,
was talking about the palm bearings, and I'm like, dang, I wish we had that for other generations, because it's like when we do get like bulky parts like that, you can't really take it apart, and if you do, it's like you can't really rearrange stuff with what you get from Beyblades. But I think like if we did get something that's like higher level customizability, where we can like, and I said this a little while ago too. I mentioned it would be really cool if we had bits in the future where you could change the ratio, or change like, how many gear teeth are on it, or what size it is, and you have like different inserts that you can snap on for the gear teeth to add strategy to it. I think that would be really cool to see.
Yeah. Yeah. It would be cool.
But I definitely agree with the that slipped my mind too. I didn't grow up with plastic gen, but I have seen like the pictures where they have like the little like the frame, and then you have to like twist everything out and then actually build it and whatnot and put the stickers on. And I am sad we don't have stickers, but I mean, like, they would probably shred off in two
I hated
battles
stickers
with...
so much. Putting on the Drawnter stickers was painful enough. I need tweezers. Burst stickers, half my burst bays don't even have stickers on them because jagged metal with minuscule stickers is literally the worst. Like, I don't understand how they expect kids to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hasbro might not do stickers if they do Dronzer, to be fair. But then again, I saw there was a picture that came out recently, and it was like the general market for Beyblade, and there were two sections for it. There was like, I think 6 to 12-year-olds mentioned in it, and that's like, the younger range. But then there was also I think it was late teens or early 20s into like late 20s, early 30s. So there's two distinct demographics that Takara has acknowledged with Beyblade X. So that definitely excites me that at least Takara will be diligent in keeping everything not too marketed down as Hasbro did with Burst. But then
they've definitely made a conscious decision to make it simple, though. That's for sure, because the screws they use on here are tri-ring screws, so they don't want you opening stuff, and some things like the top layer is riveted. They really don't want you to take that apart.
Yeah.
So
probably safety concerns.
Yeah.
Especially with how fast and high energy X
True.
is.
Actually,
they don't want that to like come loose, or they don't want like a kid unscrewing it and like looking at how it fits together, and then they don't put parts back and the bait breaks and it, someone gets hurt. So that's definitely something to keep in mind with when they are they're producing new systems or new designs for the Beyblades. But yeah.
Any parting words, Noozle?
I don't know. Just it's just, I don't know. Feel happy that that I've been so well received by the community so far.
Absolutely. 2 thumbs up and 5 stars from me for sure.
Anyway,
Yes.
appreciate it, guys.
So,
Yeah,
of course, we give you the floor if you needed to say anything or whatever. This is all about you here. We're just here for media.
I definitely gotta say thank you to Alex, because he was one of the very first people to listen. Well, I was just like, I don't know, I was going a little bit insane. I was like, I've got this really cool thing, and nobody wants to listen. But yeah, I really do appreciate you. We had like little chats about like, I'm trying to talk to people, nobody wants to pay attention. But yeah, I just definitely appreciate you giving me a shot. So
yeah, no worries. Absolutely. Well, Julian, thank you so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure having you.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Of course, it was nice meeting you and catching up a bit.
Absolutely. Everybody who's watching, if you want to get some of the awesome products from Noozle3D, be sure to go and check out Noozle3D.com. You can use any of our codes. You can use Elliot Sampson, or is it just Sampson?
Yeah, just Sampson. Well, we'll put them in the description, everything. So
we'll put
just check it out down there.
We'll put the titles up, and we'll leave our links in the description. So if you want any of the stuff, be sure to go and support support the website, because it supports not only Noozle3D and the business, but it also supports all of the Baytubers and creators that have affiliate codes with it, which is phenomenal. So everything goes for a good cause. So be sure to do that if you're interested in any of the stuff that we talked about today. Links will be in the description down below. Once again, Julian, thank you so much for being a part of this. And yeah, that's all we got. So we'll see you guys next time.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Sure. Thank you.
Blade Dragons and Noozle3D out.